those finally.
Yes, good evening, everyone, and congratulations to Danny. First
I
off,
got off my ass and wrote this damn script.
Yeah, who has a script for us this evening? And by the way, I was looking through these. You know what? And here I can even share them. Why not? I'll go ahead and share my screen. Present, share screen. Oh, I should probably anyway. Whatever. Window. Yeah. Boom. So we're some inks are in. So here's some inks from Palace 6. And I love just the outline of the whole thing. It's
He is just full of butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a vibe. Yes.
Yeah, you're just staring right into the love tunnel, and awesome, right?
Yeah, I like the slap actually.
And yeah, and then the slap is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, just a whole lot of butt. And Whiskey Paint recently turned in a cover. And like my first note was Thor's face needs to be rougher. I want to see her.
When she's being tortured. So
yeah.
The scene
this is where John Lamont will not go. I know that for certain. John Lamont is not a non-consensual.
That is not one of his kinks.
That is not one of his things. Yes. Yeah.
Did you tell him the origin of this?
The origin of what? I mean,
of the log torture?
Oh, yeah. Danny knows.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was Diane who showed me the movie that I sent you where they were tying the guy,
the assassin
of
the first emperor, and they tied him to a log basically, and there was a big giant bloody wall on the other side, and they just swing him, let's say closer and closer to the wall. You see the POV. It's great.
Yeah.
So,
which made it into Palace. I decided that was pretty cool.
So. You're like, this is awesome. I'm gonna break this.
Like it really, I feel like the scene works.
Yeah.
Because it's visual, but it's actually pretty hard to do it with only still images.
Yes, it is. It is, and also without the sound of the screeching of the wheels and the ropes and everything too, and also you had the sound of the whoop of the thing. So you burn the witch.
Burn the witch. Anyway. Yeah, these inks are great. So I'm looking forward to seeing the colors. And there's a Reshka guy.
Oh, wow. Ouch.
And just Thor's head exploding.
Ouch.
And there's something I noticed about what I'm willing to do with my main characters that the writer, at least scripts stuff you don't see in a John Lamont script. Is
a vulnerable protagonist?
Yes, a vulnerable protagonist.
Hey, he's getting there. Remember he gave that note last week?
Mm-hmm.
I was so proud of him.
Yeah.
Why does he not like these?
He recently made a character who I previously thought of as like the Karate Kid, but like chick version.
Yeah.
Into Superman and now completely invulnerable, such that like
oh no.
He then ported that over into his steampunk Nazi script.
Okay.
And the Nazis got these like dirigibles and they're like attacking London or stuff, and they're like
they somehow not miss her.
Yeah, well, she's like completely invulnerable. She's just diving through the machine gun fire, just not giving like no concern for anything.
Okay, let me give you an example as an animator myself.
Okay.
Think of Robin Hood, the 1958, I believe, Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
The character Robin Hood is boring as shit in that movie. The reason why is because he has no antagonist that can actually give him a run for his money.
Mm-hmm.
The Prince John is too cowardly. He has no strength. The sheriff has strength, but he's a complete idiot. Nutsy and Trigger are absolute comic relief. His can't do anything physically, let alone mentally. And with that, he ends up being a very, very boring protagonist. And there's no vulnerability to him whatsoever. And so it ends up being a very mediocre meh film. It's beautiful though, just like animation wise, but it's just kind of boring because there's nothing that stops him. He doesn't get hurt. He never gets vulnerable, and it's just kind of like, So it's like that. And that happens when you have like this super character that does not have an antagonist that can challenge him in almost every way.
Right.
So, and unfortunately that is kind of how it goes. And that's also why it ends up being a very forgettable film also.
So there you go, John. But that being said, you're doing great on Kickstarter, and congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The art is gorgeous, though. I will say that. So
She really liked the cover. Thank you very much for your kind gift of the trade paperback for Angel of Darkness. I know. Yeah, it's over there on the
oh, is
thing.
that the one?
Yeah,
with
that's
the skull.
The one with the skull covering
Yeah.
the naughty bushy part of the woman's anatomy.
Is it actually bushy?
I don't know. I haven't seen. John, you know, you're the aficionado of all things Jezidro. Are we seeing full bush?
Yeah, normally.
Yes.
No,
It's
no,
not
no.
like
sure
it's
she
not
shaved.
70s.
I can't
I don't
believe
do
I'm saying
70s
this.
bush. It's not.
So it's
So
trimmed.
it's very trimmed.
Oh, okay, it's trimmed.
For a woman in the African jungle in the 1930s, it's amazingly trimmed.
Okay.
By the way, that's like this note I had to give over and over and over again on like Thora whenever like Keith Garvey would do her or.
Oh, is that the full like bush?
Yeah,
thing?
like
he would
people
not go
people would
bush.
hand in the thing. I'm like, more pubic hair, but then I hand in like, no, like seriously, like what do like people just can't draw a natural woman anymore. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Obviously, you only have to blame porn.
You only can.
Yeah. Everyone is depicting me someone who's ready to star in porn, and because that's how porn stars, you know,
Look. Yeah.
look. Yeah.
Yeah. You should show him your old stuff then. Your vintage.
I really don't want to get into all that. All right. So
I do like this. Preston has someone local challenging him dynamic.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Is where? Who, me?
Yeah.
Danny, that's the convoluted way of Danny saying he likes your presence.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yes.
Right.
It wasn't that convoluted, I
All
thought.
right. For that, share screen. Here is a trip in the woods. All right, Danny.
Oh, here we go. All right.
All right.
So yeah, this is totally version 1, as you could tell from my entirely creative character names.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, we need like 3 people, pretty much, just a narrator and 2 characters.
Okay.
I'll narrate for you.
Okay, cool. You can ignore the artist notes in square brackets.
And the title card for a comic book. I didn't know comic books had title cards.
Yeah. I mean, this is for an anthology, so each story is going to have its own title card.
Okay.
And it just goes on page 1 in like a block. This is, if you look at old comics, it's actually very common.
Okay.
And then let's have Preston and was it Diane do Bob and Alice, and then we will continue. I don't think the other character shows up in the amount that we're going to read today.
Okay.
Exterior, car, night. View through the windscreen as Alice and Bob turn to argue with each other. She's wearing a sundress. He's wearing a t-shirt with a waistcoat, a fedora, and some awkward hillbilly facial hair. They sit in a parked muscle car somewhere in the Appalachians, stopped on the shoulder of a half-abandoned 2-lane highway. It's the dead of night, in early spring. Some clouds carve scratches out of the waxing crescent moon, but the only other light source is the car itself. Title card, A Trip in the Woods. Credits, writer, Danny Gordy. Illustrator, question mark, question mark, question mark. Letters, question mark, question mark, question mark.
You heard me. I can't take it. Do you have any idea how embarrassing that was? This is your line.
Oh, is that me?
That's
okay.
you.
Sorry, I'm totally including you.
Sorry.
You're here.
I didn't realize that. Are you serious? I just had one of the most miserable days of my life, and you're breaking up with me.
You missed it now, but sure.
And now?
And now you're breaking up.
And now you're breaking up with me. Fuck you.
Yeah, there you go. That's the spirit. My parents put on a huge party for your graduation, and you didn't eat anything.
That's because the party was a pig roast. A fucking pig roast.
What the hell was that supposed to do?
Your hillbillies in Appalachia. Of course it's a fucking pig roast.
I don't know why
Oh, was I supposed
apparently
to have
Alice does not like pig roast.
Apparently. she's a
Apparently.
vegetarian?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh yeah, she is a vegan.
Oh shit!
She a
You
vegan?
and Diane, Danny and Diane are on the same wavelength. Of course, she's vegan.
Yeah, it's like I just asked, like, is she vegan? I'm like, oh, there it is.
There you
Well, that's her problem for being vegan in the South.
go. I'm like, wow, sorry for your loss,
I'm
Alice.
sorry that they don't have any jackfruit for you.
Yeah.
Panel 1, interior car night. Top 1/3. The argument gets more intense. Alice is done playing nice. Alice, MC, OTR's Bob. She points accusingly.
You could remind them that what a vegan is for a start. Even the bread had eggs in it. Oh
shit.
God.
Oh boy.
What? It's just brioche.
Yeah. It's not my fault that they don't remember.
After 3 years, it's absolutely your fault. You didn't remind them.
So be a bitch about it. Why don't you?
She is. Panel 2, interior car night.
Oh, the woman
Middle
ain't gonna
third.
like that.
Bob
After-
turns cruel. MS Bob, OTLS Alice.
After 5 hours sitting there wishing I could eat grass, your family's a joke.
Everybody else listed liked it. Fine. If you can't be nice for just one day, I'm done. So I support Bob in this decision.
Yeah, so do I.
I think this is not gonna work.
I kind of agree.
Panel
Yes.
3.
That also,
Yeah.
also, you could also bring your own dish.
You could. Yeah.
You know, so I'm just saying.
I mean, especially if you're going to,
A
you live in
barbecue.
a hillbilly Appalachian wherever, and I just, yeah. Panel 3, exterior car night. Bottom 1/3, 50-50, looking over the hood and through the windscreen again. Bob's twisted himself sideways, literally trying to kick Alice out of the car.
Damn right we are. And if you think your stuff's staying in my apartment a minute longer, you can fish it from the dump yourself.
Fine. It'll be gone by the time you get home. Now get the hell out of my car.
You yelled at.
Page 3, panel 1, exterior car, passenger door night. WS Alice tries
What
to
is,
compose
what is
herself.
WS? What is that?
I
What,
don't
wide
know.
shot?
Wide shot. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
wide shot.
Okay. Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm using like I do continuity, right? So I just keep using film notation.
Okay.
Alice. Well, I tell my artists what to draw, and they never draw exactly what I have in mind anyway. So wide shot, close up, that never matters for me. Alice tries to compose herself, having flopped out of the open passenger door of the car hard enough to get road rash on her forearms. Her purse and coat fly out behind her.
What are you waiting for? Get out.
I'm sick and tired of your entitled bullshit. Anyways, you asshole.
There we go. Bob and Alice are having some serious words here.
Panel 2, exterior road night. Bob drives away at speed, burning rubber on the cracked road. Alice screams at him through the exhaust smoke.
Loud. Okay. Maybe my next boyfriend will finally make me come.
Oh, that is hard.
Wow, that's
really
hard. Oh, that's harsh.
Screech! Panel 3, exterior road night. EWS. Alice walks back to collect her things.
Although it is somewhat stereotypical. By the way, I faked every orgasm. You know, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it could be true.
It could be true.
Wait, where are we?
Panel 4.
Okay.
Yes. Or no, right? Are
No,
we?
you
We're
changed
up to go to
pages.
yes.
We're still on page 3.
Oh,
You
sorry.
scroll too fast.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
See, panel 3, right, collect her things. Panel 4, match panel. She picks them up. Panel 5, MCU. Alice wipes tears from her cheeks with the heel of her thumb, smudging her mascara.
Damn it.
There you go.
Page 4, panel 1, exterior, dark road, night. EWS. Alice starts walking down the dark, lonely road back towards civilization, passing a road sign reading Morgantown, 21 miles.
27.
27 miles, yeah.
Could you zoom in a little?
Okay. Let's see. Is there a way I can go? I don't need
Hold
that.
control, scroll the mouse wheel.
Wait, what? No.
Hold control, scroll the mouse wheel.
I'm just trying to figure out if I can not have this panel here on the side. I don't know. Maybe not.
Give me.
All right. Hold on.
We got there.
Oh. There is a way to do this.
There is. Yeah.
Hold down the control button on the
Control
keyboard
button.
and scroll the mouse wheel. There you go.
Up.
There we go. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
I got a giant monitor, but it's still, the font's so small. Panel 2, Alice turns on her phone. It illuminates her face.
Your line.
You're an idiot, you know. You could have waited to start that art. Where am I?
Here. No signal, of course.
No, I wasn't.
So I don't think she actually read that top line.
Yeah,
I
you're
haven't
right.
read
Yeah.
that.
Why don't we
Because I
start?
misread 27 as 21 because it
Okay.
looked a little.
Sorry.
All right,
So
let's start at panel 1.
Sorry, panel 1.
Panel 1.
You're an idiot, you know. You could have waited to start that argument until you were closer to home.
Or just not been a bitch at all. Panel 2, Alice turns on her phone. It illuminates her face.
I'm sorry. Hold on. No signal, of course.
No signal, of course.
Panel 3, a large freaky moth flies at the phone screen, freaking her out.
Or eek.
Panel 4, the phone drops. The glass cracks. Crack. Panel 5, Alice bends down to pick it up, notices a baggie with a joint in it lying abandoned on the pavement.
Hey, when life gives you lemons.
Is that a vegan joint? Come on now. Panel 6, joint in mouth.
Yes.
Alice lights up.
Smoked lemonade. Ha ha ha.
Page 5, panel 1.
Hold on.
There you go.
I got it. Oop.
Exterior, dark road, night. Alice walks along the dark road, exhaling smoke happily. The trees on the side of the road have fallen in a mudslide, exposing the steeple of an abandoned church and the ghost town it anchored in the moonlight that reaches the valley below. Panel 2, OTS Alice steps off the highway to get a better look, standing on the precipice above the abandoned town.
Oh, wow. I never knew that was there.
Panel 3, Alice slips down the embankment off panel.
Aye.
Panel 4, EW Alice rolls down the dirt path created by the mudslide. Use ghosting to show an extended action.
Ow, 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 ow.
Panel 5, exterior ghost town night. Alice rolls to a stop at the abandoned town's main street.
There we go.
Page 6, panel 1, exterior ghost town. Alice picks herself up and dusts herself off. She's more scratched up now. In the foreground, the abandoned town rises through the forest to dominate the space, broken up by the new spring growth of leaves, bushes, flowers, and ivy.
Where am I now?
Panel 2, the moonlit silhouette of Charlie raises behind Alice as she turns to face her new challenge. As he speaks, she nearly jumps out of her skin.
Who's that?
Well. Nice of you to roll in.
Ah!
Page 7, panel 1, exterior ghost town night. Charlie, late 20s, wearing only jeans, a 5 o'clock shadow, amazing abs. Okay, now I see why he's wearing only jeans. Chin-length hair, unnaturally sharp cheekbones, and an unlit cigarette hanging loosely from his mouth. Nonchalantly reveals himself. His left hand swings his plaid flannel short, swung over his back like a vampire's cape. He could be an underwear model. For all we know, he is one.
I'm Charlie, but you can call me sexy.
Ugh.
I don't suppose you got a light. Oh, Diane's eye rolling. Next page.
I'm totally cool with the eye rolling.
Page 8, panel 1. Charlie hurries to catch up to Alice as she presses forward to traverse the rubble-filled streets of the abandoned town.
Look, I didn't mean to frighten you, okay? You look like you had a rough night. Are you trying to get to Fairmont or to Morgantown? I can show you the way.
Exterior Ghost Town, crossroads, because nothing bad happens at a crossroads. High angle, wide, Alice finds herself at a crossroads. Charlie, following a respectful distance behind, climbs down a piece of dislodged roof, obstructing the main street.
Look, I'm just a guy, and you look like you could use some help. Which way are you going?
Panel 3, the world spins around Alice as she realizes she has no choice but to make a decision. Panel 4, MS 50-50. Alice hands Charlie her lighter without looking at him directly.
Here's my lighter. Today sucks. Which way to Morgantown?
Oh, from Pennsylvania.
Page 9, Panel 1, Exterior Ghost Town, crossroads. Charlie points over Alice's shoulder.
It's that way, probably 30 miles if you follow the river, but I know a shortcut that should get you home by dawn.
Oh?
Panel 2, see you, Charlie lights a cigarette, gaining a sinister look in the orange flame.
Just tell me two things. What happened and what do you want?
Panel 3, back to the 50-50. Alice mostly stifles her tears as she explains. Charlie leans back to exhales the smoke. He's a genie, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he's a devil, but yeah.
My ex dumped me at the side of the road because I didn't appreciate being the only vegan at a pig roast. He didn't respect me at all.
Panel 4, CU 50-50. Charlie's come into Alice's space, using his right hand to turn her head towards him and leaned his forehead against hers. Their mouths are so close together. This should come off as sexy, not forceful. She's into this mysteriously.
And
I wish plants would hate him as much as I do. Oh, should I say that better? And I wish plants would hate him as much as I do.
I mean,
I'll put the exclamation point there.
there you go.
Panel 5, a similar shot, but closer, mostly just mouths, not now about to touch.
What would you give to have that happen?
Everything.
Panel 6, even closer, they kiss.
Done.
He's an incubus.
He's got to be.
Gotta be.
Okay. What is that Joe Bob thing says? If someone is totally into you, totally a stranger, you should run.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you should run.
Yeah. If some really attractive woman just comes up to you and propositions you for sex,
Run.
Yeah.
Run. That is a very bad sign.
Yeah.
So,
Especially in a low budget flick.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that also all depends on how desperate I am. Page 10,
Yeah.
panel 1.
See? You would
Interior
fall for
Lamont would be like, sure.
you would fall for it, and goddamn, you would die.
Yeah.
So,
Then I die happy. Interior Alice's apartment kitchen. Interrupted on his way out of the apartment. Bob struggles against a hanging spider plant in the kitchen that's trying to strangle him in a viney noose. His duffel bag of clothes falls to the floor.
No escape.
Ah.
Panel 2, Alice's apartment. Bob grabs a kitchen knife and cuts the strangling vine, freeing himself.
What the hell was that?
Panel 3, exterior Ghost Town, crossroads. View from behind Charlie. Alice and Charlie make out at the crossroads. He's dropped his shirt to embrace her. Her desperate nails dig red channels into his back.
so
Panel 4, exterior Alice's apartment. Bob exits the apartment building, wiping sweat from his brow with the back of his hand holding the knife. A potted peach tree by the door wraps itself around his free wrist. The loose vines form a noose around his neck.
Respect the green.
so she's an evil witch.
There you go.
No, he is. He did a
Oh, he
spell.
Yeah.
So,
If it's either
Yeah, the
it's
thirst
either
trap
genie
has to
or
So I think that's is
that the end?
That's 10 pages, right? Oh no, wait, one more.
One more panel.
Yeah.
Panel 5, Bob struggles against his woody doom, but manages to free himself. Oh, that's a wording. Deeply scraping his wrist, covering his hand with blood.
This can't be happening. Yeah, all right, page 11. So
There are 2 more art pages.
All right, go ahead. All
That's your
Thank you,
show.
guys. I really appreciate it.
right.
Page 11, panel 1. Exterior Ghost Town Crossroads. View from behind Alice as she pulls her sundress over her head. One of Charlie's hands caresses her back, transforming it into a rose bush. Mostly branches and leaves. Their thorns draw blood, which is nearly indistinguishable from the visible
I
rosebud.
thought we were going for TNA, but we went for bushes.
Oh, there's
we went for
the
Bush.
tea as well.
Yeah.
Panel 2, exterior Alice's apartment. Bob, bloody and panicked, tries to run across the flagstones to the curb where his car sits waiting. He points the knife at an early morning jogger.
That's
You. Stay away from the grass.
Panel 3, a tall horse nettle growing beside one of the flagstones trips Bob. He falls towards the grass.
Gotcha. Die.
Panel 4, exterior Ghost Town Crossroads, MCU top-bottom profile. View from the waist up. Charlie and Alice continue to go at it. Her naked breasts have already become plant matter, something like sunflowers or nipply-looking mushrooms. Her skin is bark. Her eyes are closed in ecstasy. Her eyes are tulips. Her hair, she doesn't care.
There you go.
Page 5, exterior Alice's apartment. Police have arrived. They approach Bob with some weapons drawn. Bob struggles against the grass. It's stabbed all the way through his hands, trapping him against the ground and bleeding him out. He's been struggling. The grass around him is bloody AF.
Sir, drop the weapon. Put your hands behind your head.
No, I can't. Stay off the grass. It'll kill me.
You're resisting arrest. Drop the knife or I'll shoot.
I can't. It'll kill me.
Page 12, panel 1, exterior Alice's apartment. The police talk to their supervisor as EMTs cart away Bob's corpse, face visible as they zip tie up the body bag.
It must have been some kind of psychotic break, Sarge. Kept going on about the grass as he stabbed himself. Poor kid.
Just take the day off, Darren. I'll book you a psych appointment when I get back to the office.
Panel 2, exterior Ghost Town Crossroads. Charlie walks away from the rose bush, growing at the crossroads in the long, dark shadows of the early morning. Buttoning up his shirt, mist obscures most of the town. Panel 3, Ghost Town morning. Charlie looks particularly devilish as he caresses Alice's dead face. She died from being bashed against a rock when she tumbled down the hill.
Such pity. She seemed like such a nice girl. All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
there we go. We got a complete story, right? That was all of a trip.
That was a complete story for an upcoming horror anthology.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, I liked the way you formatted it and it was written. I felt like after editing my scripts, I felt like maybe I'd inspired you a bit because I kept looking like that's how I'd write that, you know, like so.
Yeah,
job.
I think I use the same app.
Yeah, there you go. Good job. I love the way it was formatted and laid out and described. I think is all very, very technically precise in ways that I don't see from most scripts. So good job. And you know we have some interesting conflicts here. We got Bob and Alice, who seem like they're on the outs, and then we kind of, I guess, feel bad. Hold on. Let's see. So she already did when she failed the first time down the hill, and
Yes.
we have a question. Okay. Yes. All right. Yes is the answer there.
So did she imagine this or did she fall again?
Okay, I'll pass to Diane. Diane, what did you like about this?
Okay, I actually know vegans like that, so that's
okay,
very.
so she loved your vegan character.
No, I'm going to say this. I do not like her. I don't have to like her.
Okay,
But I know
All right.
people like that, so it's actually very real to.
You don't have to
people.
like her. You have to understand her.
You have to. I do understand her, so I don't have to like her. I can understand her. And
Yeah.
also, she became what she wanted,
yeah,
which is a plant.
Exactly.
She turned poison ivy on us.
yeah, exactly. She yes, her love of plants paid off.
And then she also got her revenge, if not indirectly, to the boyfriend who gets killed by a
What
plant.
was her revenge?
Well, I don't know, but the plant killed her. Plant killed him. Sorry.
Oh, the plant killed him. I thought didn't he survive the encounter? I thought he survived.
No,
No,
he gets carted off in a body bag.
He caught out in the body
Oh,
bag.
okay.
Yeah,
never mind.
like the
All right.
grass was killing him. Now I do. Now
But
here's
the
the
cop
thing.
says that he stabbed himself, so that
Yeah.
could have been all in. It could have been a suicide thing. Maybe he was actually in remorse. Who knows?
Mm.
That I think
Was
is.
it the grass that killed
That
him?
remains purposefully ambiguous. Yes.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I caught that.
Yeah. So
Yes. Is it all in his head? Is it all? So
is it an illusion? Is it not?
Yeah.
that's for the reader to decide.
That's
That's
the
kind of the
reader's
whole
decide.
point of a story
That
like
is the
this.
point. Yeah.
All right, John. What did you like about it?
Well, I thought the whole what actually happened thing was actually kind of a cool. That when you're going to do a story like this, you want to have a little twist in it like that. It makes it more memorable. So good job on that. You had memorable characters, and not necessarily likable characters, but you had memorable characters in a story that you won't forget the second you put it down.
All right, constructive. I honestly, I can't really think of. Diane, you got any way his story could be improved?
Well, other than the eye rolling line.
Okay,
So,
she wants you to brush up on some of the dialogue.
well, but the thing is
Well-
that it's fine. I mean, like it's not like I didn't hate it. I just eye rolled on it. So I just kind of went like, oh yeah, it's one of those things. So
But if that was the reaction that he wanted, then mission
Yeah.
accomplished.
then it's mission
Well,
accomplished.
I can tell you what I was going for after the constructives.
All right, John, what do you think?
There was
I
boobs
kinda-
and everything. Nothing. Ah.
No, the main thing that for me was the vegan thing.
All right.
It and I made a few comments about it, but really I feel like the way that you set up the location, and I know I don't want to be victim blaming here, but that's what I'm gonna do. Like, if you're the only vegan in this freaking town, you
Yeah.
have to just look out for yourself. You can't. It is, and maybe that was the point. Maybe you wanted the audience to hate her, but I feel like if you have a character who just expects the entire world to acquiesce to her whims out of nowhere, it's not very good if you want to make this a more likable character. And I feel like, yes, it created a concept for a breakup, but I feel it a little contrived in that regard. I really feel like Diane suggested, like, if she's going to a party and she's the only vegan going, she needs to bring her own thing.
Yeah,
Like,
because it's like if it's a potluck, definitely. Is it a potluck? I mean, like,
I don't think it was specified if it was a potluck.
It definitely wasn't.
okay, so that could be an added dialogue.
I
It's
did
like-
mention the party was supposed to be in her honor.
Oh,
Right. I caught that. So, but
so maybe I
again,
should lean on that a bit more.
I mean, were they intentionally doing a pig roast to spite her?
Yeah, was this like a
I
secret?
leave that ambiguous.
you know, she could
Because
actually.
that I think that I would say needs to be answered. Were
Right.
they
The
intentionally
boyfriend's
trying?
clearly not happy with the relationship anyways, so the answer is maybe.
I didn't see that. All I saw was her going off about a pig roast. And that came out of absolutely nowhere. Vegan goes to a pig. Like, if
Right.
he's trying to sabotage it, then I need to see a little bit more of him trying to sabotage it. Not just her acting like a whiny bitch. Because she comes off as a whiny bitch.
Well, they were together for 3 years. What would you expect his family to have some vegan? Yes. I mean, it does seem like an intentional FU
Yes.
that they don't know
Well,
after 3 years.
You could also say
Then,
like, we got her
then
turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey's not a vegetable.
well, turkey's also not vegan.
It's
I
not
feel like so he's not wrong. So
Yeah.
if this is entirely a spite to her to get rid of her, again, why doesn't he just be a man, grow some balls, and break up with her?
Yes.
Mm.
Like, I don't like, why go through all of this? That makes no sense to me. Yeah, just so much about that just doesn't track. And I don't know if what the emotional stake you were or connection you were trying to have us make with these characters, but just so much of that relationship breakup thing, it was just didn't track for me.
Okay.
Okay. That I will have to agree with John with that. It does come off as contrived, but I understand if you want to say that again, maybe the last couple of years they had beef, they gave her pig as
Yeah.
a substitute, not knowing that still not quite getting that meat is meat.
Mhm.
That has happened before. And
Be right back.
so yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you could add that in. It's like this is a dinner in your honor, but there was nothing there for me to eat.
Sure.
So and it's just like they wanted to be nice, but was not. So well, if there could,
I have
have to
absolutely
also
been in
agree
that
that also in
situation
3 years
before.
they
It
still
is-
didn't quite get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit it's a bit contrived. I definitely need to sell it a little bit more for the situation, but it's just
mhm.
a stupid situation of people not listening to each other, just sort of blowing up. I try and get out of it pretty quickly and like leave her on the side of the road, which is what the action really happens anyways. I mean, it's a horror short, right? You've got to like,
Yeah.
get through the setup as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But also, like, he's the only other character we see for a while, so like,
Yeah.
you know, dumping her on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere is still a totally asshole thing to do.
It's true, but there's also I also think of like the scene in My Big Fat Greek Wedding,
Mhm.
and she reveals that the fiance is a vegetarian, and they're like, "What does that mean?" Because he doesn't eat meat. He doesn't eat meat. What do you mean he doesn't eat meat? And
Yeah.
everybody is like crickets. All of a sudden, the entire family is like staring at him, saying, "Oh, that's okay. I'll make lamb." and then just kind of and goes off, and like everybody's happy again. It's like, "Oh yeah, lamb."
Yeah.
I was like, they didn't quite get it, but then again, that was like their first time meeting the guy. So
That
this
was
is
the
3
first time
years.
meeting the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not 3 years.
Yeah.
So
Because you do figure over the span of 3 years they would have attempted to serve her some of these dishes and had her gone,
Well,
nah.
on the commentary,
Yeah.
the actress who also wrote the script for Big Fat Greek Wedding,
Yeah.
she tried to. It's based on her real life experience where she tried to become a vegetarian, and she only lasted like I think a year because her family later converted her.
Yeah.
because they just would not do vegetables,
Yeah.
and they just kind of like poor girl. But but she tried and failed.
Yeah.
So
And what kind of big gathering meal doesn't have vegetables? Like no
It's
grilled veggies, no salad.
no salad. Well, no green beans.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the casserole. There was casserole. You could say that.
Yeah.
They had green bean casserole, but that had milk and butter
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, are there like hard boiled eggs in the salad?
Yeah.
I mean, like that. Now that would be like
Everything has
if they
cheese in
cut
it
up.
because it's America.
They put. Well, we put hard boiled egg. Like they have chef salad.
Yeah,
You
chef
put
salad,
all-
Cobb salad,
Bacon.
Yeah.
bacon.
Like
Bacon.
Bacon and
You could-
everything.
you
It's
could-
so hard
you
to
could-
escape
it's-
cheese in your country,
see-
you don't even know.
Yeah.
See, okay, so there's an idea. So you could actually lay into it as a joke, as if like if you want them to like be spite feeding her meat, have them like do a like have her go down the list of like all the meat that they put in all of the non-meat items. Like there was bacon and eggs in the salad, and there was
Yeah.
like cheese
Yeah.
on the green bean casserole. Like
Yeah.
And
could
that's
they
also
not
like
have
green
made
bean-
one single item?
Yeah,
Like everything. Like
the Jello,
Yeah.
the Jello has stuff. So,
And I've never heard of bacon jello.
yeah, No, well, back in the 50s they did.
Yeah.
Bacon jello. They would put a whole turkey.
Turkey jello.
Turkey but or the eggs or the marshmallows.
Yeah.
Well, Jello used to be made out of like ground up animal bone.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah,
It-
gelatin does come from pig's feet.
Is it no longer made out of that?
No, it's not.
Oh.
There is an artificial gelatin, but I mean, you can also make it the old-fashioned way if you wanna.
Yeah.
It's a bloody hassle to set it, apparently.
Yeah, but you can definitely do that. Like the green bean casserole had cheese, or what is it? Mayonnaise, which would have like eggs. So, which would have eggs and stuff. The salad had stuff. The even the carrots had butter on it.
Yeah,
So,
even the carrots had
butter on it.
That one line.
You could have wiped it
that
off.
One line gets
Yeah.
you a lot. Yeah, you could have wiped it off.
You could have wiped it off.
Yeah,
And it's just like
blue cheese dressing,
blue cheese
ranch,
dressing, ranch. Yeah.
Well, dressing isn't normally on a salad.
Yeah.
Because different people have different tastes. That's why if it was like mixed in, like cube,
like a Cobb salad.
Yeah, like if there was like ham or bacon in the salad with like eggs or something, like a hard-boiled egg. I mean, eggs go really good in salad. Hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm really excited to hear about La Vigilante.
All right, let's do it.
Well, thanks a lot for all the extra reading, guys. This is giving me a lot to work with.
Sure.
And I do very much appreciate the extra attention.
No problem.
Sure.
Even the carrots had butter on it.
Yeah, I think I might use that line. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, you could have washed it off.
Butter on carrots.
Yeah.
Like they tried
to
accommodate, but then it was like, it doesn't taste right. Let's put butter on it.
Exactly.
Well, you don't have enough time. You don't have to have enough time to go into them just being idiots. So it's best to just lean into them being, especially since you want them to break up. It's best to just lean into them being spiteful, like intentionally, like if everything was there, even random stuff, Anyway, exterior, red neon district night. Wearing a black outfit, Katrina rides her electric cycle through red neon district and drives into an alley.
Hell yeah,
I've read
she
this
does.
before. Exterior, red neon district, alleyway night. Again, no art direction.
All right. See, now I just want to give a quick note, and that's that we addressed this before, right? Going from slug line to dialogue without some intervening scene description here, or how this could have been done, drives into alleyway, boom, like you using the format a bit more artfully.
Like she parks her motorcycle.
Well, okay, because we have red neon district night, and then we're still in red neon district alleyway.
It's true.
So first off, like, how is
honestly,
this different to this? Like, can't we just eliminate this slug entirely? Isn't this all red neon district night, where she drives into an alley, and then hey, suddenly, how the scene makes sense if we just eliminate this line. That's it. Eliminate that slug line, and now I like it.
Preston, that is highly logical.
Yeah.
And honestly, in a comic book, is this really going to be 2 panels?
Right.
You're going to waste time, precious page space, and art money on 2 separate panels to show her driving down the street and then driving and parking in the alley.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I say kill this slug line. But, yeah, this is similar to notes we've given previously that we sometimes want, we like it when people listen. But whatever. All right, Katrina, you want to be Katrina?
All
right, go ahead.
This is it. I can practically smell them. How do you
Maniacals.
Maniacos have been terrorizing these streets for too long, Gypsy. Oh, sorry. Too long, Gypsy. Tactical Preset 1.
The rear carriage of the electric cycle transforms into a drone. I know what we're going to get. We're going to get the exact same pages from last week, except some of the dialogue's been tweaked.
I saw his notes. Apparently, he actually removed some unnecessary bullshit from the fight scene, so I'm cautiously optimistic.
See, I enjoy La Vigilante. John Lamont, less so. He's like,
well,
if the changes were more major, I think John would be a lot happier.
Yes, that's what I kept trying to tell him in the Discord. I'm like, you keep bringing back the same changes. with
This is like
the same
fifth time
pages with
we've seen
minor little
Oh, okay.
changes.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's
And,
like,
this is
and
new to me.
and we
So.
keep
Well, of course
saying the
it's- yeah.
same comments over and over and over again, and they're being ignored.
And he's
And
not
that's
even
why
proofreading as he goes.
and that's why my suggestion was, if you're happy with it, just move on. Like, give us the next 10 pages, please.
Okay.
Anyway,
I mean,
the
you
flow
say that,
drives off.
John, but then we'll just read that for another 3 months.
I look. You know what? We'll
All right.
get perfect.
Drone online, security scan initiated. Let's go.
The
Okay.
drone flies off.
Ready for my headliner. I can see it now. Trafficker enforcers defeated by mystery badass.
I think that's a new line. I kind of like it.
That is
that is a new line.
three. How do you know?
360
No, it's just
audio
like that's a
live.
good byline.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
a good.
that's a
like,
line that actually I like, so it's got to be
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Yeah.
headline.
The 360 audio live.
How do I
An
stop?
overhead display
don't
appears
know.
with unique symbols.
What did I do?
You highlighted
you
it
you
and then
highlighted it.
you gave it color.
We'll just leave the highlight. It's cool.
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
That was a
it-
good line.
Yeah.
Exterior Gringles Sports Bar. There's a couple of maniacos loitering and harassing customers as exiting the bar.
It's time. By the way, that should be it. It's time to deliver, dog. Don't let me down.
Chill. I've been working one all night. Here she comes. Oh my god, do
Katrina.
these characters have character? What is wrong with this script?
What?
Katrina walks towards screams and laughter. Maniaco 2 grabs a woman by the arm.
Let go of me.
Come on, baby.
Oh, was that me? So,
Maybe
let go of me.
you can do this one.
Okay. Hey, she's done for tonight. Okay.
But we got something special going on. I feel it.
Katrina listens as she closes in.
Bingo.
She masks up.
Yeah. Why don't you join us?
We're not going anywhere with you.
Maniaco 1 walks up to Cece and he flashes his pistol.
You're missing the point here.
Oh my god. OMG. Sorry.
OMG.
OMG. Sorry. I'm sorry.
That is kind
No,
of.
you're not. You're not sorry, and you shouldn't be sorry. Because it doesn't sound like the line
great
someone
line when
says, but
someone
they're
pulls
actually
a gun
afraid
on
of
you.
anything.
OMG. We'll do whatever you want. I'm sorry. OMG. We'll do whatever you want. Just don't hurt us.
OMG, we'll do whatever you want. Just don't hurt us.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, like you have to go back in time to really deliver this line appropriately. I
Yeah,
feel.
apparently I had to do that. I went Valley Girl and I
Yeah.
went like, no, I wasn't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
No, you were totally supposed to do that.
Yeah, I think you were. I like. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Oh
look at her
God.
bot.
Yeah.
Look at her bot.
you like totally pulled a gun on me. Like,
And then he was harassing us, and then he like totally pulled a gun on us.
I
yeah.
was like,
You
oh my
believe
god.
it? Oh my
what is that?
god!
What was that about?
The Maniacos grab them.
You're coming with us.
Hey,
Everyone turns in Katrina's direction.
they've had enough. Let them go.
All right. So we have Katrina, defender of women, right here.
Okay, cool.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm here for the gangbang.
But then she drops lines like that. Yo, I think it's her.
I support
By
it.
the way, that should be apostrophe. Anyway.
Yeah.
Diane, did you realize you were going to be in for this kind of naughty dialogue here?
I've
I
read
know, and
words.
it's not even a John Lamont
I've read
script.
words.
Yeah. Next, we have a John Lamont masterpiece coming up.
Okay, cool.
I look forward to that.
Guess the word's out. Gotta make a statement here.
Maniaco 1 drops Cece and rushes Katrina.
Let's have some fun.
Katrina reacts quickly and front kicks him in the abdomen. Maniaco pulls back.
Bitch got some kick to ya. That sentence still doesn't make any sense. I've read it 10 times. It still doesn't make any sense.
I just want to say that
describing the action
Maniaco-
in dialogue.
Yeah. For
I'm
some
okay
reason,
with that.
yeah.
That's not the part that
I have a
doesn't make any
question.
sense.
Why is this all in dialogue and this can't be just done silently?
Oh, don't even.
It's a comic book.
Yeah.
If they're not
Well,
talking,
when I
then
say the
Danny
dialogue
complains
is
that there's
better.
not dialogue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I've written fight scenes where they don't talk and Danny does nothing but complain about there's no dialogue in the panels.
There's no
You
fucking
need to-
dialogue. No one knows what the hell. It's just people in poses. It's a comic book. There's no movement.
Anyway,
See?
for some reason, Maniaco 1
Okay, as
does not like apostrophes. It's over for you.
Yeah.
Maniaco 2 releases Mari and she runs away with Cecil. He walks toward Katrina and looks at Maniaco 1 as he grips his pistol.
Put
I'll
that
grip
away.
your pistol.
She ain't worth it. Besides, you really want the blues on us?
Oh shit. They're getting away.
Fuck M-Dog. I want this one. I like the tough ones. I like to see them break.
Mm.
Maniaco 2 faces Katrina and closes in. Katrina takes her capoeira stance.
Fancy moves. We've been expecting ya.
Oh yeah. Am I late?
No, you're just in tea.
He swings at her. Katrina dodges as he continues to swing. She counters with a rising head kick and knocks him back.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Maniaco 1 screams into his smartwatch.
Get the autopia.
The more, the sexier.
Maniaco 2 rushes in and swings again.
Hyug.
Katrina steps back and roundhouse kicks him. Maniaco 2 dodges and pushes her back into a car.
You've caused us a lot of trouble.
Stop hurting us. Stop hurting
Hurting
these
these
women.
women,
And there won't be any.
She windmill kicks Maniaco 2 as she poses on the roof of the car and knocks him out.
You know, that's Junior you just clocked.
Wait, I think that's JR.
Whatever.
That's it.
JR Junior is the same thing, right? I mean, he's
And why is Maniaco 2 JR instead of just JR? Why is JR Maniaco 2 instead of just JR?
yeah, if he's money, like if he's JR, shouldn't he be JR, not money? Yeah, I think I agree with
If
you.
he's got a name, use it.
He's got it exactly. Yeah, why do you give him a name? Yeah.
JR.
If this is like Fight Club, it's only when he's passed that we give him a name.
Okay.
Because his
You know?
name was JR.
JR you just clocked. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I look like I care?
2 other Maniacos appear and rush Katrina.
That's the bitch. Get her.
She slams open her batons and goes to work on them, cracking the hardened metal against their bodies. Maniaco 1 joins in.
Let's get the juices flowing.
Mm.
The violent onslaught ensues.
Mm.
Smack, crack, split, bust, breaking their bodies, sending them to the ground, writhing. That's a lot of panels.
It's broken fuck.
Her face spotted with blood. She attacks with quick flurries.
Ah ha ha! Yes.
Katrina uses the environment. Her fighting tactics are brazen and unpredictable.
She's Maniaco 1 hates apostrophes.
What?
She is dancing all over.
Well, I can see that he
why is
doesn't
there
because there is
apostrophe?
one. It's just there isn't one ever to indicate a possessive noun.
Pronouns.
Well, in this case, it
Or
would
sorry,
be is.
a
The
contraction.
expression of is, yeah.
Yeah. No.
She
contraction.
is, yeah.
She
contraction.
is.
Yeah. She's dancing all over us.
Maniacos are concussed, scattered on the floor. A giant hand grabs Katrina by the hair while she recovers. Recovers from what? Beating the shit out of somebody else?
Apparently. Come
Well,
here,
well,
bitch.
did she ever even get hit?
No.
Yeah. Why the hell is she's like?
Even Jod is not
Well,
happy
just
about
like-
how she doesn't get hit.
Okay, so she.
I mean,
gets
I
a
have an
little-
invulnerable character, but she gets the shit beat out of her. I mean, she survives, but
Yeah. all
anyway.
right. Yeah. Okay.
Right, yes. La Bastia throws her into the car.
Yes.
Ah!
Katrina recovers her balance.
She's mine.
Don't touch the hair.
That's just not going to work for me.
Oh, care for a snack?
This is amazing dialogue.
Uh,
So good.
That one,
So
I mean,
good.
it makes sense, but it just doesn't follow the previous line.
no, it doesn't.
Like we're
So
talking
good.
about her hair, and now she goes care for a snack. Like, I would rather, honestly, that line should come after the action. Then you get that break if you're gonna go with the bad dialogue. She somersaults off the car and is soon riding on Labestia's face, hammer
Doesn't-
striking him.
Wait. You just grabbed her hair. How did she somersault off?
I do sometimes question this about the way he writes action sequences. I'm like, if the last person did the thing you wrote them doing, then you can't do this next move that they said they did.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Right.
but
It'd be like
you're
someone-
only saying that because you're actually reading the script.
Right, yeah.
so the thing is this: he grabbed her hair and pulling her, and then she somersaults off. Did the hair just rip off?
I guess maybe
He grabbed her. No, he grabbed her by the hair and threw her into the car. So I'm assuming they're now several feet apart.
And
Throws
Then
her
she
into the
recovers
car.
her balance.
Yeah,
All
let-
Then
right,
she-
all right.
She flips into the air and crotch lands in his face.
There you go.
Crotch lenses.
that's
Ow.
literally.
Soon
She
riding
somersaults off the car and is soon riding on Lebestia's face, hammer striking him.
Okay.
She's crotch riding his face.
Is it bad that I feel like all of us know this script better than the author does?
There you go. I mean,
Well, that's where the snack line comes. That's why it doesn't make sense, because she's commenting their hair and then the snack,
wait,
and you're like, where's?
So this.
is a snack her vagina?
Yes, that's the
That's
joke.
neat.
Okay.
It's a horrible joke, but it's
Okay,
funny as shit
then
because it's
shouldn't
so
this
horrible.
go down
I
here?
feel like it would be better if it were delivered after she like
Crotch.
assaults
So-
the other woman with her
Yes.
vagina.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's where the
These
diabetic
lines
line
need to
comes
be
in.
switched.
Yeah.
These
there we
lines need to
go.
be switched.
Oh,
Yes,
gonna work
and
for me.
that's where the diabetic line comes in, because she's still referencing her vagina.
yeah. Yes.
Okay.
But
See, that
this is
makes
not
more
a
sense
John
if you
Lamont
switch it.
script, so she's not wearing a mini skirt with no panties.
And
So
I
how is
commented
this
on
ever?
this
How is
last
her making
time, like-
contact?
Like, why is this like Batman except a woman? Like, it would be strange
This is
if
Black
Batman
Canary.
were out
No,
like
no.
talking. Oh, this
This
is Black
is-
Canary.
This
Okay.
is Black Canary.
Okay.
So-
All right. Diane knows a bit more.
It's
I do.
sexy Black Canary, right?
It's sexy Black Canary
Okay.
with like a dirty mouth.
Yeah.
So-
Fair All right.
it's slightly
Basically.
dirty mouth.
So it's
She's usually
horny
a little
Black
classier
Canary.
than this.
Yes, it's horny Black Canary.
It's like a trailer park Black Canary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it was written by.
Yeah, I like that. So this project is now Trailer Park Black Canary. That's what we're just gonna call it
Mexican
now.
Mexican trailer park Black Canary.
There we go.
Anyway,
All right, let's just get through this.
Yes. La Bestia. Rose.
Katrina has a line about her
Oh,
diabetic.
hope you're not
pussy.
diabetic, because this bangs is sweet. Oh God.
So good.
That's
so
what I
good.
said.
This bangs.
Bestia throws
Sweet.
her off him.
And you know what? I'm reminded a bit of Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Oh,
and I'm talking about my vagina. Should be the next line.
It's like, and I'm talking about my dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
My penis.
Yeah.
My penis.
And when I say the hammer, I mean my penis.
So- well, yeah, but that was
Oh.
actually, funny
Right.
because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
So
Lebesia throws her off of him.
grippy AF.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know what that line is, to be honest. I mean, maybe
Okay.
she's got claws in her vagina too. I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Oh, now we're doing teeth.
Get
So-
up, you fools! Grab her, Jur.
La Bestia takes a low boxy stance. She blocks and whacks his arms as he jabs, which again, that makes no sense. A loud clink can be heard. She reels backward, trying to survive.
This bastard stuffed with augmented graphite mods. What the?
We don't know what that means either.
Okay.
Wouldn't she have noticed, like, when she tried to attack him with her vagina teeth?
Yeah, exactly. And wait, you know what would be a cool line of dialogue? my pussy sense tells me that she's been augmented.
Well, maybe
I agree 100% with everything Preston just said.
Yeah, like we got like
Pussy
Spidey
galore.
sense. Yeah, my
Pussy galore.
pussy galore.
My pussy galore says this. Let's see.
And,
maybe she's got augments in her vagina that allow her to
yeah,
detect
my-
other
my-
people's
yeah.
augments by
My-
shoving it in her face.
Scanned him.
my vaginal implants.
My vaginal
Yeah.
scanner right
Yeah,
here.
scanner. There we
It
go.
scanned him.
I
All
mean,
his DNA.
I mean, this is approaching John Lamont stuff.
Okay.
I
cool.
mean, John would absolutely do that.
You're gonna take that?
I love the cheesy dialogue. That was the
Oh,
one thing I
okay.
said last week.
Yeah, okay.
I thought the cheesy dialogue was the absolute best thing in this entire script.
John hates on it, but I think the truth is he gets ideas for some of his own stories. He's like, shit, I should have thought of that.
Okay, go.
All right.
Yeah, where Labestia has a line.
That's not me.
Put your toys away. Daddy's going in bare.
He swings his giant fist. She blocks with her batons and slides back into the car.
All right, there's one thing I want to say real quick, right? Just real quick. Is La Bestia a man?
It's supposed to be a man.
Because in Spanish,
La is feminine.
bestia
So
is feminine.
he
right?
changed it in this version.
Okay.
Last week, she was trans, and
Okay.
when the character introduction was cyberpunk transsexual something or another, and now he just changed it to cyberpunk punk something or another. He removed that the transsexual transcriptor. So I don't know if he's changing that or what. I don't know, but I agree. It's
Maybe
incredibly
it's just different
confusing.
every panel.
Maybe.
I mean, he could totally be like gender panel fluid, and every panel he changed.
Amazingly gender fluid.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, in a cyberpunk universe
Why not?
future
Yeah.
where you can replace body parts with augments, why couldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, detachable penis. You know, it was a crappy song in the '90s, and
It's a
now it's
crappy idea
reality.
now in this comic.
Yeah.
Anyway, he swings his giant fist. She blocks with her batons and slides back into the car. He continues to swing, and as she dodges, he breaks the car apart. The Maniacos recover and cheer him on.
Yeah, fuck her up. Show us her insides.
A dust cloud forms. Labestia lands a debilitating blow, and Katrina wails aloud. Labestia takes a step back.
That'll keep you out of our business.
Labestia turns to his peers.
See that? Damn, I love these mods. Woo, special delivery for the main man.
Look.
Katrina's figure can be seen kneeling in the cloud. Labestia turns back around.
Hi-ya!
Oh no.
She jumps out, grabs his head, and knees him, knocking him backward. Blood gushes out of his forehead.
Oof.
If you mess with innocent women, it becomes my business.
Wait, that was the thing? I forgot that was the thing after all that.
You crazy whore.
Labestia cracks his neck, blood running. Why would he crack his own neck? I mean, that seems... cracks his neck, blood running down his face as he grins wildly.
End it. Don't let her get away.
Maniaco 1 lifts up a barely conscious junior who is no longer Maniaco 2.
I guess that's Maniaco 2, so that's me.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Also, which Maniaco is this?
All of them. All of them at the exact same time.
But
In unison.
all
like,
25 of them.
Minus
Yeah,
Junior. Who's
Minus-
knocked out.
Okay.
Or
They are.
Maniaco.
I
Yeah,
still
or
think it's
Maniaco 1,
JR.
maybe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Come
Maniaco
on,
on
JR. We gotta go. Who the fuck is this chick?
Police drone activity spotted. ETA 3 minutes. Gone soft. Sploosh.
Why did she find that?
Why did
sexy?
she
I'm
say
so
sploosh?
confused.
Oh, because we teased him because he did Hawk Tour in an earlier version.
That
So
would be
now
worse.
he-
Yeah,
This
that
is
would be
a-
worse.
This is a vast improvement over Hawk Tour.
Yeah,
Okay.
Katrina splits at Labestia.
What is it? Okay. Spitz. Blah. Arg.
Katrina holsters her batons. Labestia rushes forward, and she flips over him, sending him flying into the car.
Hiya!
Katrina equips her red neon-tipped whip that creates streams of light. She cracks it across Labestia's back.
Ah.
Katrina continues to crack away at Labestia, turns and blocks with his giant forearms. She swings the whip above her head, creating a sonic boom.
Wait, where did the whip come from?
Her ass.
Yeah, she pulled it out.
That's what I was thinking. It
She
came out of
pulled
her
it out
ass.
of her utility belt.
The Victoria's Secret utility belt.
The not really well described utility
Yeah.
belt.
She pulled it out of Victoria's Secret.
There you go.
Okay,
yeah.
so there's a trope.
Yeah.
If you go on the trope thing, it's called
Okay.
the Victoria's Secret like pocket,
Yeah.
where it's just like a random object comes out of a place that does not have pockets.
Yeah.
Literally does
There
not
we
have
go.
it. It's
It
called
came
like
out of the Victoria's Secret pocket. There we
yeah,
go.
the Victoria's Secret.
Or like the
utility belt.
opening scene from Machete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just like comes right out of her ass. It's like
Yeah.
So
There you go.
even Scooby Doo,
Even the cell phone.
Yeah.
So
the strike sends La Bestia backward into the already destroyed car, and as he lays there, arms stretched out.
No more, please.
Oh, there
The
we go.
injured maniacos are hesitant and frozen in place. She cracks the whip, sounding off like gunshots as she walks toward them. Pedestrians flee the bar.
we've had enough femicide in this city.
It's kind of funny.
Not one more.
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. I feel
Yo
like-
soy la vigilante.
She swings her whip over her head, hitting each of the maniacos that remain standing. Streaks of red rush through the air. She lands a final strike on Maniaco 1 as he holds Junior.
Ah.
Katrina wraps her whip across her waist and flees the scene as security drones swoop in, flashing their lights.
Threat alert. Any violators will be prosecuted.
Very good.
Katrina slips into a nearby alleyway.
Gypsy and Op clip and shoot it to Coach. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
Coach is a character that we haven't been introduced yet.
Yeah,
okay.
clip it and Gypsy, that's her
That's the
that's the name
That's
of
the
the
speed of
AI.
her bike, which is apparently flying around somewhere for extra convenience while
Yeah.
on the
so
way.
it's like a little
and
drone.
apparently I also recently learned that social justice circles consider Gypsy one of those words that you must remove. It's on like the
Yeah, I
must
know.
remove list of
It's generally considered a slur.
yeah,
yes.
generally considered a slur. I say good on you for using Gypsy. Very based. There you go.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's kind of silly myself. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, not if you're like part of
Romanian.
Gypsy.
Who? When
Romanian.
would really say?
Gypsies-
What are the Romanians
but-
gonna think?
No,
but
no, no,
gypsies
no,
is not an ethnicity.
Yeah.
It's not an
Romani.
ethnicity.
Yeah.
Romani.
Okay.
So,
Anyway, exterior red neon district alleyway continuous. Katrina runs into an alley. Rose petals begin to fall from the sky.
I really need to get it together. Last night was such a blur. I've skipped the line Maritas.
You too.
10 seconds.
Interior neon com tower 1 news
30
studio.
seconds.
They
All
are
right,
now
30
live.
seconds. You're right, 30
News
seconds. My apologies.
cycle begins.
Our
Who's
top
the-
news story this morning: the search continues for Nadia Mendoza, daughter of former Union Chief Eric Mendoza.
A picture of Nadia is displayed.
You're Katrina.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. She went missing after attending the rodeo last week, and activists are on patrol. We have
Why
an
are
interview.
activists on patrol and not the
It's what they do in this world.
I
Why are
guess
you
so.
questioning the author?
Wow.
You're right. You're right. I should totally not question the author. Why activists are
Are on
doing
patrol.
Exactly.
Okay, activists are on patrol. No, that's a good question, but okay. So if
We have an interview.
we have an interview with her parents before the break.
In other news, authorities have captured 2 wanted fugitives, alias La Bestia and Jur, believed to be enforcers of a trafficking cartel.
face shot of both maniacos.
Lady in Black, seen in leaked footage, was
Lady
deemed
in Black.
responsible for the chaos enough, although citizens claim that she was defending the 2 assault victims. They are calling her La Vigilante.
Ticker at the bottom reads AI industry software update across all devices.
All right.
Is it?
How
is
many
that
is
it?
4?
17.
We started on 4. So
We did. Let's see. Did we? Hold on. Let me grab.
yeah, we did. We started on 4.
17. 4. Yeah. All right. Well, then we gave him plenty. All right. Let's see. Save that closing. Yes. There we don't need it. Okay. All right. Well, we gave him 4. Overall, I liked it. It reminds me of Tales from the Crib or Tales from the Dark Side. So
Are you talking
Thanks,
about
Rose.
the one before? Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Danny's script. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Oh,
That's exactly what I was going for.
Yeah, it
so-
reminds me
yeah.
of like Tales of the Crypt.
I was
Tales of
going to
the-
say, I don't think La Vigilante has anything to do with Tales from the Crypt. That makes
Okay.
more sense, and it's
I
related
mean,
to Danny's.
reading La Vigilante over and over and over again is a kind of horror story. Although it has improved vastly
It has.
in this iteration.
Yeah.
Bam! Check out that segue, bitches.
Exactly.
You know, I would say that for
The protagonist actually expresses her motivation somewhat. The action scene
Oh.
ties into the
Was
subsequent
this
scene.
not the case beforehand?
And it
Diane
doesn't
wants
have
to know
205
how
videos
this
of
compares to previous versions.
watch the previous streams.
She wants you to say unlike previous version. Unlike
that. All of these things are unlike the previous versions, which are
Yeah.
virtually unreadable. This one's just mostly unreadable, so it's certainly a step up.
harsh.
So what's
and-
with all the dialogue within action scenes? I mean, some of it, like you can take away half of that, but he does not like that. I take it.
I mean,
We're saying nice things first.
Okay,
you think of it as very Adam Westian.
okay. You got to have your snappy dialogue with your possibly comic booky.
Yeah,
kind of
like
thing.
you got to deliver silly comic book lines while you're doing silly comic book action.
Okay.
You know.
As
Alright.
I keep saying about action scenes in comic books, is like unless your art is amazingly good, and sometimes even if it is, you still need to say something to explain who is doing what. So usually the person speaking is at least on the attack or something.
Yeah. I mean, my dialogue in like Palace is more like key eyes and like, you know, like little quips or like statements of like, I'm going to kill you now, or you know, stuff like that. As opposed to like more like, oh, my Ludian P38 space modulator will reduce you to atoms. You know, and stuff. But
So I would like to know more about like his cartel. You can also do backstory
okay,
of
well, we're
that.
gonna start with nice
Alright,
things.
okay,
So
nice
say
things.
nice things about
Nice
La
thing, nice-
Vigilante.
okay, all right.
All right. Go ahead, Diane.
It's a mixture of Black Canary and Catwoman,
Okay.
who I
There-
both like.
And there you go.
Which Catwoman? Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman or Haley Berry Catwoman?
I actually was thinking of like comic book Catwoman,
The comic book Catwoman.
like
Ooh, all
Jim
right.
Beelant. It
Yeah.
reminds me of. So
Also, John's face was that was worth that line entirely.
what? What?
John knew what I was saying.
Halle Berry?
Well, I made the Catwoman reference last week as well.
It's true.
Oh, the Halle Berry one.
I never.
No. My reference was actually comparing his the scene to when Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman saves the woman from being raped in the alleyway,
Yeah,
and
and
I
then
was
she kind of assaults her at the same time, so, like
Well,
directly afterward.
right, she insults him saying, you know, why are you calling for Batman? But the whole point was that scene accomplishes more in that one 30-second to 60-second scene than what he's trying to accomplish with Love Vigilante. And I'm speaking out of turn. So Diane, please finish.
No, it's just like suddenly she has batons and now she has like a whip, which came out of nowhere. But
She has a utility belt.
okay,
All right.
apparently it was around her waist, and we
There
did
you
not
go.
know that.
Yes.
So, which would be great if it was in the description.
No, we have to assume it because it's a superhero book.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Because clearly it'll get drawn by the artist if it's merely assumed.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, well, it feels kind of campy, somewhat Adam Westian Batman style,
Oh,
like.
Unless it's like
But like even sexier, which Adam West would have enjoyed.
yes.
So yes,
He would have.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, like
mean-
the Adam West version of the Adam West Batman is what it feels like.
Did you guys ever see Return to the Batcave?
I did not know.
It's kind of a mockumentary of what was going on behind the scenes when they were filming the Adam West Batman.
Yeah, apparently he was laying some pipe and
Yes,
good on you.
with
Yeah,
with every girl
yeah,
involved in that production.
yeah.
Well, wasn't he like banned from like
At the city of Aspen?
yeah,
or
yeah,
something
city
like
of
that.
Aspen
Yeah,
for
we
like
read
going for like jumping around on everybody's beds.
Yeah. Oh.
So, but it's like so Julie Newmar and him.
Wow.
But yeah,
So
check it out if you can. I think it might be on Amazon.
All right.
all we're
else,
saying is
maybe.
if Adam West ever gave the commentary tracks, he'd probably be like, "Oh yeah, I got her." But,
that's kind of what Return to the Batcave
like,
was.
Yeah.
Now I'm just imagining like Julie Newmar with like pussy teeth.
Exactly.
So
Which you know what? I haven't seen a superhero who directly assaults with her vagina before.
Yes, I have.
Oh,
actually.
but Diana. Right,
I have
actually.
Okay.
Well, Spider Babe doesn't count.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, who likes to attack that way?
I have to look up his name, but he wrote a Black Canary comic.
Okay, Black Canary did it at some point.
Yeah, but it was his version. It was an Elseworld version of her.
Okay.
And he is not a very good writer. So none of his women, all of his women are like whores and prostitutes. That's all he can write.
And we're kind of exploring that genre here.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. And awesome. La Vigilante is kind of a whore, and that's why we love her.
Well, I mean, like she hasn't done anything other than like assault someone with.
Hold on, she's done a lot, right?
Well, he like beats the guy up.
Yeah, she stopped Elmaniaco.
Strangers.
Yeah.
And I want you to know that metal batons hurt. How did they get up? So, but then again, superheroes. So
she stopped some sexual assault with her vagina in a moment of irony. And she reversed she did a Marxist thing. She reversed oppressor and oppressed, and that's why this is great.
I'm trying to look up his name. His name.
So what I would have
Frank Miller. Frank Miller. That's it.
Oh,
that guy.
Yeah,
Frank Miller.
That guy who can't write. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I read him. He was the one that did. I think he did the same thing for Catwoman. He reimagined I think he did a Batman Year One. Wasn't Frank? Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah,
and Batman Year One and Catwoman.
He did not do Batman Year One.
I thought he did.
No, he did Batman The Dark Knight Returns.
Who did Year? I think he did Year One. You might want to check.
I think he did Year One too.
Yeah,
and I think Year One is the one where Selena Kyle is also a prostitute.
Yes, because
and apparently there's this not really said, but there's this 14.
She's an underage prostitute.
Even better.
Girl living with Selena Kyle,
yes.
Who is implied that she is also a prostitute, but it's never actually said that. Yeah,
her name is Holly Robinson.
It's been a while since I've read Year One, so I don't really.
Yeah. Her name is Holly Robinson.
I love how we're talking about everything but this script.
But positives.
No, you can do constructives now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh well, I didn't finish my positive.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was going to be quick because I was going to say, because I remember like Preston and I, when we were in the writers group, we used to talk about Erin, poor girl.
Oh my God. Those are my favorite scripts.
But when she got better, the scripts got worse.
Yes.
I feel like here his writing is getting better, but the bad stuff that's so good is still there and not getting worse.
Well, so you're saying he's improved from hilariously cringeworthy to just mediocre and bad.
But he's still fun. It's still enjoyable. Like it's not like that
it's
where
like
it was less funny. Right. Like, well, before it was like so bad it's good. Here it's improved, but it's still so bad it's still good.
Okay.
Like the cringeworthy lines, I feel like they're freaking hilarious. I don't want him to lose those. I mean, if he were to cut all the cringeworthy lines, this scene would be way worse than it is. The
There you go.
cringeworthy lines are what make this scene actually work.
Okay.
John, you're only saying that because there's nothing else in the scene that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my
Yeah.
own point.
Yeah.
If you were to cut
yes.
if the cringeworthy scenes were not there, this would be not as entertaining. But the cringeworthy dialogue makes it tolerable,
All right.
and that's my positive.
All right. Well, what's your constructive? Is that also your constructive?
My constructives are the exact same as they were last week because he didn't make any of the changes that I talked about last week.
Well, go ahead and reiterate for those listening at home.
Well, we talked about the slug lines and the dialogue and the scripting formatting and the Catwoman reference where, like Batman Returns did in 60-second scene what I feel like he's trying to accomplish here and failed to do so in 10 pages. The exposition by newscaster is still backwards because it's still talking about this is I think he added an extra paragraph, but I still feel like why are you
actually really improved here? Because it's actually about what we just did. They reference it directly instead of just being like there was only half as much of it.
Right, but unless he's changed major plot points later, that kidnapping is the A plot.
Oh yeah,
and he started and he's talking about the kidnapping being like the biggest story, but we're going to go over to this other news story. Like it's if you want to summarize what you did, that's fine, but I really think those two parts should be switched. I think it should be start with the La Vigilante scene if you need to summarize whatever happened, and then cut to the major story, and then cut away somewhere else. I feel like trying to talk about this major thing that's supposed to be this biggest thing,
actually,
and then cutting away from it in the same scene.
I think actually he may have mentioned the kidnapping thing first. I don't want to go back and check, but it might be worth giving the benefit of the doubt on this one. We were not paying a lot of attention by that point.
No, in the beginning, no. The first 3 pages is her at the bar having the limeritas.
Oh God, right. That part was so stupid.
Right. So he's not making us suffer through those 3 pages. That's why we keep starting on page 4. Page 4 starts with her arriving at the bar and kicking ass with her pussy.
Right.
So so the kidnapping is not it. This is the first we're hearing about it that I'm aware of in this reference.
All I gotta say, if there was a Pokemon that had a pussy slam, I would want to catch it. All right.
All right, I'll be done now.
You're just doing a callback to me, aren't you? So
that's what I want my Pokemon to do. Oh, hit it with a pussy slam. Bam! There we go.
It's super effective.
If the pussy slam detected that she has graphite augments. That's awesome, right?
So I'm kind of a new look on this.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Why can't he just remove the Lime Rita thing in the beginning?
He could.
Yeah, just completely remove that. Okay, let me finish.
All right.
Allow me to finish.
Sure.
So why don't you start off with the assault of the women?
Right.
And then you kind of go through that, and then she says like her line, La Vigilante, and then you can cut to the newsreel.
I think what you're trying to say is the pussy slam is so good we need to see it on page 3. Why are you burying that in page 14? We need to open.
Well, the thing is that
rape.
Well, no.
Bam. Right
so you open with conflict.
Yeah.
Okay, you open with an actual crime happening.
No. You gotta open with limeritas. I don't think you understand storytelling.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, the reason is because we've asked him to 1,000 times and it hasn't happened yet. So we're just
okay. Okay, I'm still new to this group. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm saying that you remove that. You go into the action where you have the conflict first. You go over. You kind of like, please remove some of that dialogue, and just go with like, when she reveals her name,
Mhm.
why don't you just cut to the newsreel and then just see everything visually,
Right.
like all the assault visually?
That would be really efficient.
That would be.
Yes.
That's why we
And
can't
therefore you would have all this like backstory, but then you have actual action in the background.
No, we can't have that. That's not how the story does.
All right. So
Although, with that being said, I 100% agree.
yes.
This entire thing remains deeply inefficient.
And therefore
Have
you
her
would,
just be a newscaster reporting on this thing that she did. That's a
And
fine way to start it.
that is a fine way to just and
You
have
know,
her
like
you have the narration.
onlookers heard her talk about how sweet her pussy was as she beat up these Baniako.
Yeah.
Bam, page 1.
Well,
Right?
and you're right, Danny, because this is a comic book. It's not a movie. So if you want to, she could literally start with doing her newscast by exposition, which then leads into voiceovers of her panels. And then
Yeah.
we can just show a single panel of her smacking one dude, and then a single panel of her smacking another dude, and the voiceover
With
dialogue.
her
would
vagina, I might add.
Yeah, and then the voiceover being the news exposition,
Yes.
and then possibly also including all of her like vagina lines. Because why the hell not? But only her vagina lines and then the other bad
Yeah.
dialogue. And then you don't actually have to have the bad dialogue. You can only have the fun dialogue.
Yeah.
And then
Like,
no one has
this
to
is
suffer
like the
through all
news
that
report.
goddamn dialogue.
Yeah. And then you splice in, and then you could have like a little commenter on it. Goes, well, I saw this when it was a witness, and goes, sounds like she was like awesome, man. It's
It
like,
looked like she was sexually
was-
assaulting that gag.
it looks like she's actually helping. She wasn't actually doing that.
As some people like to say about Palace, that don't seem like too bad a punishment to me. Yeah, so I would have made the opening scenes with the news report. There you go.
Yeah. See, you could do that, or you could just do the news report and just do there is a narration, and you're narrating whatever's happening, and then you still have the dialogue going on.
Yeah, but that would require a rewrite that is actually structural, and that's clearly not going to happen.
There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah, because he's presented the same 10 pages, structurally the same, multiple times over and over again.
We have.
But, you know, it is getting less tedious.
So, John Lamont, tell us about Project Delta.
So this is we're picking up where we left off last week. So this is my 20-year-old hacker wow. This is my 20-year-old hacker script that I'm basically rewriting because technology and political stuff and like the world's just not the same it was 20 years ago. So
No.
the story that I wrote 21 years ago just doesn't work anymore. So
The visions of the future quickly become dated.
yeah, yes. And
That's
even
kind of yeah. That's kind of
Yeah.
so basically for the new people, Arthur is an FBI cybercrimes guy who wants to recruit Marcus, who is a basically a 17-year-old prodigy hacker who just got out of prison for stealing $2 million in a hack when he was 12. So
all right, who wants to narrate?
Arthur and Marcus sit across the table over half-eaten nachos.
Then he says, because they had constant arguments.
Marcus stares, unamused.
Yeah, my professor didn't think it was funny either. No matter. If you haven't figured it out yet, my department has recently had some openings. I'm looking to fill them.
right there.
No qualified programmers from inside the FBI with less problematic backgrounds.
Arthur pulls up his phone, reads Marcus's profile.
At 12 years old, you hacked your way through a 256 encryption to transfer $2 million into a PayPal account. You told the arresting officer you need the money to hire an escort to take you to Disneyland.
Smash cut to Disneyland.
Yeah.
12-year-old Marcus, dressed to nines like a pimp, walks with several hookers through Disneyland. Interior Mexican restaurant day, Marcus grimaces.
I promised my sister I would take her to Disneyland for her 8th birthday, but my dad was being a dick, and we needed an adult to take us.
Arthur burst out laughing.
So you hired a babysitter?
Yeah, turns out to be a sheriff's sting operation.
Okay, but they have nothing to bust them on. There's nothing illegal about hiring a woman to take you to Disneyland.
Yes, but we're not giving constructives yet.
Okay, fine. All right, fine.
Arthur returns to the report on his phone. Sorry, I'm only saying that because it's been an hour and a half and I have to wake up really early tomorrow.
Okay, do you want to come back to this next time? Or?
No, God, no.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, cool.
And besides, John will actually listen to our notes.
Yes, all right. Your first 18 months in federal prison, you got your high school equivalency, which LAUSD accepted. Congrats. The following 3 years, you earned enough college credits for a bachelor's in computer science and engineering.
They kept me in They kept me in solitary for most of the time on account I was a minor. I didn't have much else to do but read.
Now you're out with parole restrictions against computers, smartphones, smart TVs, cars built after 2010, gaming consoles.
Arthur looks up at Marcus.
Really?
Marcus shows his 90s style flip phone.
Oh, wow.
I got Pac-Man and Tetris on this. What other game do I need?
Arthur turns off his phone, leaning back in his chair.
The way I see it, you got two choices. Come work for me, and while you're under the jurisdiction of the FBI, you will be allowed to put that education of yours to good use. Use technology like a normal person in the 21st century.
Interior, Kimura Imports, something afternoon.
Yeah.
Marcus returns to the warehouse as the employers are rushing to gather their things.
Or you can return to your parole-approved job and spend the next 10 years living like a caveman.
The supervisor rushes to Marcus.
Marcus, you're back.
What's going on?
Harry just called. April got into that program he's been going on about for months. We're all headed to the hospital to congratulate them. Want to ride with us?
Interior hospital room day. April, awake and in good spirits as if her episode hours ago never happened, sits up on the hospital bed, hooked into several machines as her parents speak with the doctor when the warehouse workers bust through the door with flowers and balloons, quickly improving the mood hallway. Marcus hangs back, watching through the window as the other all share in hugs and excitement. Marcus reaches into his pocket, taking out his flip phone. He clicks down the address book, dialing.
John Arthur.
It's me. I'm in.
Federal Building, downtown, 8 a.m. Sharp dress, business casual.
Interior, Los Angeles Federal Building, day, wearing slacks and a polo. Marcus enters the Federal Building. He hesitates, staring at the metal detectors before him. Several people brush past him, without thinking, dropping their phone and keys into a basket, and hurry through the elevators. Shelia, a jovial female security officer, approaches.
You waiting for your attorney?
Marcus smiles.
No, I'm here for a job.
Shelia arches a brow.
Uh-huh.
Marcus Jacoby, Special Agent John Arthur said he left something for me.
Shelia, sorry, that name abuses me, glances at her computer before returning.
Go ahead, put any metal electronics in the basket.
And not all my jewelry is removable.
Marcus motions to his ankle monitor.
Don't worry, sweetie. This ain't my first rodeo.
Marcus empties his pockets before stepping through the metal detector. Its high-pitched beep sends a shiver down Marcus's spine. Shelia grabs the wand and waves it over him. Marcus chuckles.
This is my first time with a woman.
Oh, how was it?
I think I could get used to it.
Shelia holds out the basket with his items.
Oh, here you go. Take the elevator to the 17th floor.
Marcus gathers his items and heads toward the elevator. Interior FBI Los Angeles field office, day. Marcus slowly enters the office, filled with cubicles, FBI agents, and administrative employees. A young agent, Frank approaches.
You must be Marcus. I'm Frank. Arthur recruited you too, right? TOO.
Yeah, I guess we're working together.
Oh, well, you'll be reporting to me regarding the project.
The project?
No, but I don't. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Scroll up. We went a little far. A little far.
No, he didn't.
The project.
That's what he said.
What? He didn't tell you?
No, but I don't suppose.
Julian Francis McCoy. It's Frank.
Arthur places a strong hand on Frank's shoulder, causing him to freeze up.
I think Agent Thomas is looking for you. Something about impersonating law enforcement officers again.
Frank rolls his eyes and leaves the two of them.
Coffee.
He doesn't work for you?
No, he works in white collar. Gifted young man. If you need a painting or government identification forged, he's your man.
Break room. Arthur leads Marcus into the break room and refills his coffee cup.
Is everyone who works for the government criminals?
No comment.
Arthur pours a fresh cup off coffee, handing it off to Marcus.
Yeah, okay. All right. Cream sugar.
Arthur gestures to the condiments on the table. Just then his cell phone buzzes. Arthur checks his text message.
Hang tight here. I'll be right back.
Interior, conference room 3, day. Arthur enters the conference room where Javier and the deputy director Holt sit waiting. Holt glances up from his file.
Diane, you could do Holt. He's got a couple lines in
Okay.
this scene and the next.
Okay. I don't like it. I don't trust him.
I don't trust anyone. He'll prove useful, which is what we need. When does she get there?
Or pulling up to the building now.
I'll fetch the kid.
Interior, FBI, Los Angeles, field office, break room, day. Marcus stands in the relative safety of the break room, watching everyone outside through the glass windows. Marcus can see Arthur exit the conference room. As he approaches, we halves Marcus to join him.
Wow, that's wrong. That should be he waves. I don't know
Wow.
how. I don't know how I got that backwards.
So
That
he's
is
here touching
wild.
with 2 hands.
The script reminds me of Watch Dogs. I don't know. With 2 hands. Where are we?
Office. As Marcus approaches Arthur, 2 men in black suits enter the office, scanning the area. One speaks into his shirt sleeve.
What's going on?
Everyone in the office stands up from their chairs as 2 more Secret Service agents enter, leading Vice President Margaret Forrester into the office.
Who's that?
Keep your mouth shut and follow me.
Arthur, with Marcus in tow, approaches.
Madam Vice President, I'm Special Agent John Arthur.
I know who you are. Who's this?
My trainee, we prepared conference room 3 for you.
Interior, conference room 3, day. The 2 Secret Service agents enter, first finding Holt and Javier waiting. VP Forrester, Arthur, and Marcus enter, and the agents close the door, standing by it.
All right, gentlemen. Where do we stand at getting our plane back?
So far, they have been allowing us refuel.
That only buys us time. The attacker gave us 72 hours, and you spent the first 24 recruiting kids.
I've been running simulations, and whoever broke our firewalls knew our systems. That tells me it's an inside job if we let slip.
I want Air Force One. It's up there.
Exterior, skies over America! A KC-46 Pegasus disconnects 3 falling lines from Air Force One.
Flying circles over the heartland. The pilots are presumed dead, and we're locked out of its computers.
Twin F-15 Eagles' fly support. The pilot glances over, but can't see anyone in Air Force One's cockpit.
Negative on visual.
Boy, this is like old-timey F-15s.
Interior FBI Los Angeles field office, conference room 3, day. VP Forrester stares down Arthur.
Your job, Agent, is to protect our computer systems from cyber attacks, not babysit wannabe hackers. You have less than 48 hours left before they drop Air Force One on a populated metropolis. Get it done.
Get it done.
And that's as far as I got.
All right.
I like it.
All right, Dan, why don't you go ahead and start off? Tell us what you liked about the script. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I like it. Well, one, the dialogue actually snaps on what is going on at this moment, and them trying to get into what is it? They have to go to Air Force One to get the, what was it? I forgot
I don't know. I don't know why they have to go to Air Force One, but they have to.
They had some mission. They wanted this particular guy there
Yeah.
for whatever hacker job.
There was a mission discussed.
There was a mission discussed,
Yes.
which I didn't quite understand.
Yeah, it was a little out there, but yeah,
So
it wasn't quite made like the main point.
no,
yeah.
but I feel like there's going to be a point later.
Sure.
Like they need to get him there, and I felt that was a distraction.
Well, Air Force One has been hijacked or lost control. It's in trouble. The
Mhm.
F-15s haven't been able to raise it, and for some reason, this maybe involves this other guy
This other guy,
that we're talking
and
to.
then
in the
is that
story,
what the hacker's there for?
I guess.
Mhm.
John Lamont knows.
Well, we're not asking him.
Yeah.
So yes, I liked that the dialogue was reasonably snappy, and that it was actually about the scene that was happening. All of the scenes had a purpose. There was no really distracting bullshit, and we moved from scene to scene with like building a story.
Mhm. And it flows because you're going down the hallway, so you're doing the geography of it. So going down.
Preston has to say nice things now.
I think it's the best John Lamont script yet. So congratulations. We had
Something
characters.
tells me it's not going to make as much money as Spirit of the
Yeah,
Dragon.
there's dramatically less TNA.
I mean, obviously the solution is to make the protagonist a woman.
Yes. I worry that La Vigilante may outsell you just because people might want to buy the Pussy Slam Spectacular.
I don't know. I was thinking today I might do what Kyler does with his pumpkin patch and just do sexy covers on generic PG-13 hacker drama.
Sure. There you go.
Hey, it worked for hackers.
Yes.
But that movie was fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah. Go, Danny.
I mean, the exposition went on for quite a while, although I see why you did it, and now is a pretty good time to do it.
Mhm.
This is still your second 10 minutes, so save some of it for your third 10 minutes so you don't make so no one falls asleep. But you did get to the actual crisis pretty quickly, so that's pretty minor, honestly. Also, I don't get like why he went back to the other place to go visit the girl at the hospital. Didn't go visit the girl at the hospital, then fucked off to join the FBI. So that scene was a complete waste of time.
Mhm.
We have a comment here.
Yeah.
Definitely has great dialogue and a smooth transition.
There you go.
Um,
I hate to disappoint him, but we probably won't be reading his script tonight.
Oh, is that Rogue?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. There's a fourth script, but like, you know, we're at the 2-hour mark. We got very conversational about stuff, but hey, we read through some great stories. John, yeah, like I said, this is like it's you've cleaned it up. You've cleaned up your writing quite a bit. We have a plot element. We have Air Force One. We got to get there. The president's in trouble. We need you for some special reason. We're going to find out later. And we're off and running. Awesome. You know, like a relatively clean, I would say, not inefficient introduction of Arthur and the conflict.
So here's a question. Did
Yes.
John clean it up, or is this just so old the writing is good?
Oh, there we go.
No, this is brand new. This is
Uh-huh.
not.
See? Yeah,
This
see?
is not what I wrote 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, yeah, I've seen John's old writing.
Nothing about
Yeah.
the story and the scenes from 20 years ago would work in 2024.
Oh,
Like
okay.
literally nothing. I literally had to rewrite this. It's the same basic characters, the same basic premise. is teenage hacker joins with the FBI to basically stop some major crime element. But like literally in 2003, the main conflict was psycho hackers basically just wanted to create a virus that wanted to shut down every computer in the entire world. Like that was basically it. It was an entire race against time to stop this computer virus from shutting down literally every computer in the world. And I just don't see how that's going to work. The concept I think worked better then because it was still kind of new. The idea was still new. Now I just feel like, especially with world politics being where they are today, I think that there's more interesting things I can do with it than just generic hacker baddies want to just shut down computers for the lulz, because that's literally what the plot was.
Oh yeah, now
So-
they at least do it for Bitcoin these days.
Yeah.
Right.
Coin.
So this is going to be more of a political thriller, and it's going to. Some of my ideas involve like, somebody giving the, passcodes to Air Force One's computer security systems to nefarious actors, and it was kind of implied with Arthur mentioning that he doesn't trust anybody because he believes somebody on the inside is involved, so that's why he's recruiting outside the FBI to try to stop this. So different ideas that I'm planning on. Oh, and based on your feedback, I'm gonna make Cancer Kid Marcus's sister rather than just some random, rather than his random boss's random daughter. Because it was like the whole scene literally is created. I was trying to make a save the cat moment. That's literally the whole reason why I created it, and obviously it didn't work. So I think I don't remember. I think one of you guys mentioned about him actually having giving him motivations or whatever after getting out of prison. So I think
Yeah, I
making
think
it
I was
more of
talking about
a
that a lot last time.
yeah. So I think making it more of a family drama thing where, like he gets out of prison and then, like his sister is, got like child cancer or something. So I think it'll make it a little bit more poignant and make him want to like if he violates his parole, because again, he basically violated his parole to try to save random boss's random child, which obviously doesn't work. But so I think it'll make more sense if he violates his parole to try to save his own sister.
Yeah, I mean that stuff worked pretty well for Breaking Bad.
Yeah. So and then this actually gives him an opportunity where, okay, now he can actually put his skills to good use and not be, because he's not supposed to be a bad guy. Like he's just supposed to be, he's a dumb kid who's too smart for his own good. I mean, that's what the whole. Oh, and about this the thing. So he was not arrested for trying to hire the prostitutes, but that was how they found him, because he got away with the hack, which that would have been probably needs to be explained a little bit more. But he did the hack when he was 12, and he got away with stealing the $2 million. They only found him because he got wrapped up in a sting operation because he was trying to hire a babysitter and ended up hiring an escort service, which was actually a sheriff's sting operation.
Okay, that would have been nice to have an explanation for.
So that's
a perfectly good movie on its own that you're not giving us.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
maybe don't, because explaining it is like the best case scenario is like the this is why I hate Christmas scene from Gremlins. That's your best case scenario.
I mean, well, maybe it might be more interesting if I just start with that scene, like
Yeah, why is
12-year-old
that scene
hacker,
there?
tries to hire a prostitute or something. I don't know. Maybe that would be the most interesting.
That's a pretty good cold open. I'm not saying no.
So,
And then
as
plus
I
he's
said, like
12, so that'll
right,
be underage.
Yeah.
well,
So,
he's all. The idea is he's young and he's stupid and he doesn't know what he's doing,
mhm.
and that was kind of the idea. More of making it more for laughs than actually like,
Yeah, like he hires a prostitute. The prostitute is actually the police, It's a whole big thing. You have like 2 pages of conversation. Smash cut to he's getting out of jail.
Right. Which is also kind of exactly what hackers did too. Because
Hacker didn't spend 5 minutes on it, really. He spent like 2.
No, they spent like 30 seconds on it. But
Yeah.
like, because they show him in the beginning, and
show
then
him
they
getting
show him in
arrested,
court.
and then him getting out, and that's it.
Right. So you still kind of get the same idea. In this case, he's at least trying to do a good thing and just does it horribly because he's
But
a
like, so
kid.
basically, you're giving us the opening of Cabin in the Woods, and actually, that's fine.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen that, but yeah.
Here's a very silly, slightly related scene. Okay, moving on.
Right. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's a fine thing to do. If it's interesting enough, people will keep watching because they're going to think you're going to keep on being interesting. So you can sell people on that lie for at least another 10 pages.
Yeah. Well, and that's actually better too, because I didn't want to start with Air Force One being attacked, because then we cut away from that for 20 pages before we get back to it. And I'm like, I don't want to reset momentum, and I don't want to, then the audience is going to get confused, and then they're going to be like, and if that 20 pages isn't interesting, then they're not going to come back to the A plot anyway. So
well, I mean, once Air Force One gets attacked, our guy's part of the gang. I mean, that's your second act right there.
Right. Yes, absolutely. That's the whole. Right. Well, the idea was to do an inciting incident where we see it get tacked, and then we cut away to Marcus getting out of prison. But I felt like that just doesn't work, because if the 20 pages with Marcus doesn't work, it doesn't matter if I start with. I got to make that 20 pages work. That's what I meant.
Right. Yeah. No, it works better if it's just like, oh, welcome to the team. Now go deal with this.
Right. I felt like that it worked better too, because then it kind of just comes out of nowhere, and it's like, and then we'll get to introduce more to the other characters.
The ink is still drying on his NDA when the vice president walks in.
There you go.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So as I said, this was kind of just something I was bored. I needed a break from my other stuff, so I thought I came up with this idea, and I thought I'd write it out and give you guys a break from my other stuff. So
I felt shadows of what was that old gay detective series you used to write?
Jenny and Kelly.
Yes, I felt shadows of Jenny and Kelly.
Yeah. I mean, it's got the buddy cop angle to it.
Yes.
Which Jenny and Kelly is also supposed to. I debated doing that as a comic, but I'm not really sure how that would. I'll see.
You better make friends with some gay influencers on that one.
Yeah. I would also need a gay artist, I think. Like, I need a gay Keith Garvey.
Yeah, it's you got to be, everything's got to be gay. You got to make it gay. Yeah.
And that's maybe I'll just save that for my low budget action comedy. You know, when somebody decides they want to throw $50 million at me.
Yeah. And by the way, that idea of just make it real gay, I mean, that's not a space where your competition is unheard of. There are other people who have that idea, and they might be better connected than you. So you got to be careful sometimes.
Yes.
But yeah.
But again, Jenny and Kelly was an idea that would have worked better 10 years ago when I was working on it, because it wasn't a lot of stuff in that space. It was one of the reasons why I was trying to work on that story at that time, was because there wasn't a lot of people in that space. Now there's a ton of people. There's a ton of gay comic artists and gay comic creators that are, more into that, not that space. They have the connections, like they know, they do that kind of stuff. And, so yeah, it may end up not being something, I'll stick with lesbians. Lesbians are a much broader appeal. Everybody loves lesbians.
Yes, everybody loves lesbians.
I don't know. You can get like a lot of girls into the gay thing.
There you go. All right. Okay. Are we done?
I'm feeling pretty tired now, if that's cool.
All right. I think we've given some feedback, John.
Yeah, thanks. No, I mean, when I get back to this, I got some good ideas to go on, and we'll see. It might be a while before we see any more of the story.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
All right. Awesome.
Keep working on it.
Keep working on it. Keep
Looks
coming
great.
back. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, you can't get rid of me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, hey, maybe Diane will make another appearance next week, and she can tell you all about the joy of storyboarding. Yay!
Oh,
Yay! All right.
Haven't done that in a while.
And I'll see everybody next week. And I'm sorry about the script that we didn't get to, but you'll be first up next week. I promise. There you go. All right.
All right.